Director of the International Monetary Fund, Dominique Strauss-Kahn, has said that Greece's financial crisis is unlikely to spread to other Eurozone countries with high debt levels. Kahn's comments came after French President Nicolas Sarkozy pledged support for Greece after his meeting with the Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou in Paris yesterday. Now, to discuss latest developments, we are joined on the line now by financial analyst Max Keiser, who is also TV presenter, radio host, journalist, and former Wall Street broker. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Keiser.
Sure.
Now, Mr. Keiser, do you agree with what the IMF Managing Director Dominique Strauss-Kahn has said? That Greece...
No, the question is, you have to ask yourself, has Greece arrested any bankers this morning?
No, it hasn't.
Why not? They're perpetrating financial terrorist crimes against their country. They should be arrested and thrown in jail. Why are you waiting?
Do you agree with what Mr. Strauss-Kahn has said, that Greece's financial crisis is unlikely to spread to other Eurozone countries with high debt levels?
That's completely false, because the entire Eurozone is chock full of hundreds of billions of faulty debt that was sold to them by Wall Street and the City of London. This is only the beginning of the crisis. They have no ability to fight this crisis because they have no ability to find a new home for hundreds of billions of dollars of fraudulent debt that was sold to them by financial terrorists. So I ask again, why haven't you arrested somebody?
Mr. Keiser, I cannot answer that question. I can't ask you another question.
I mean, it's a good question. You're a citizen of Greece. Why can't you make a citizen's arrest? You're having your wealth stolen by financial terrorists. Why are you just letting this happen without any kind of pushback of any kind?
So is that what you would do if you were a Greek citizen?
Look, the people of Iceland, who have had the same problem, have voted no to the financial terrorists, and they are pushing back. The people of Greece are in the streets pushing back, and this can only be a sign a positive move in the right direction. This is what has to happen. Otherwise, you're going to become debt slaves, and you can forget about independence and democracy. It's all over, because your entire economy and your entire citizenry will be subjected to debt slavery.
Now, you use the term financial terrorists. Who are you referring to, and what do they aim to achieve?
Well, if you compare, let's say, Osama bin Laden to Goldman Sachs, for example, both of these groups adhere to a fundamentalist philosophy and fanaticism, and are willing to blow themselves up for what they believe in, and innocent civilians as well. So in the case of Wall Street and Goldman Sachs and the other brokers on Wall Street, they have the suicide bankers. They blew themselves up with Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns, and they destroyed themselves. They killed themselves as part of their belief in market fundamentalism, which is a form of a doctrine, a fanatical doctrine that believes that markets are, as Lloyd Blankfein at Goldman Sachs has said, he's doing God's work. He's a fanaticist who believes he's doing God's work in pursuit of an ideology that worships short-term profits over human lives. Same thing as any other terrorist group in the world.
Now, you have said that anyone in Greece who is a worker and a saver will continue to lose this war, this is what you call it, as large banks and international organizations like the IMF continue to strip assets from Greece and other countries to feed their gambling addiction. Now, what would you do if you were Greek, Mr. Keiser?
Well, the authorities have to arrest the criminals, number one. There needs to be probably nationalization of all the banks, and there needs to be a reintroduction of some kind of capitalist model that it goes forward in aggregating savings and to reward workers and savers for working and saving. Otherwise, you can't have a capitalist society at all. What you're left with is a casino society that worships borrowers and speculators, as you have now in Greece. The people in Greece have no pension account left over. They have no savings account, so they're forced to speculate. And this plays into the hands of the borrowers and the speculators, who want as many people to speculate away their savings as possible. So they're treating them like customers at the casino.
Now, speaking of speculation, it has been widely speculated that France and Germany will assist Greece through their leading banks buying up Greek government bonds. Now, how realistic a scenario is this?
It's completely unrealistic, because the French banks are already have hundreds of billions of dollars worth of debts that they can't afford to pay off at the moment. Most of these debt is held off the balance sheet. It's not officially on the balance sheet, but every few months, of course, there's a new revelation that suddenly, oh my God, there's another 50 billion or 100 billion in new debts we had no idea existed. We need another bailout. We need more government bailout. We need more fiat currency printing. The financial terrorists have to be appeased. You see, so that, you never want to appease a terrorist. Like somebody who's back in the United States, for example, Hank Paulson went before Congress, put a gun to the American people's head and said, "Give us $700 billion, or we're going to blow up your economy." You should have been arrested on the spot and thrown in jail. He's a terrorist.
Greek Prime Minister George Papandreou is going to meet with U.S. President Barack Obama tomorrow in Washington. What can we expect from this meeting?
Well, basically, what you can expect is for Barack Obama to try to coerce the Greek government into taking money from the IMF. And the IMF, their interest is to divide Greece up into little bits and sell it off. They want to sell off the Greek islands for cash. They want to buy the Greek tourist attractions and monetize and securitize these tourist attractions for their cash flow possibilities, and then to create derivative products to sell amongst themselves. And meanwhile, the Greek population will be deprived of their national assets. Everything that the Greeks have been working for hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, the IMF and Barack Obama and the banks on Wall Street want to seize control. They want to securitize these assets, create a new generation of derivatives, and to impoverish the people of Greece even more than they're already being victimized.
Now, the debt crisis that has engulfed Greece this year has been the greatest test for the Eurozone since its creation. What do you foresee happening with the Eurozone?
Well, the entire world is under the extreme stress because of the unregulated ride of these speculators on Wall Street and in the City of London, who are raping and pillaging the global economy wherever they go. They destroy the economy, whether it's Iceland, whether it's Greece, whether it's Spain, whether it's Italy, Portugal. We've already seen them in Argentina. We've seen them in other countries around the world. And wherever they go, they bring rape and pillage. Now, who's going to stop them? The people of Iceland are saying, no, we don't want this anymore. They're voting against it. That's the tip of the spear. That's the beginning of the pushback, hopefully, against the war of savers versus speculators.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Keiser.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. That was financial analyst Max Keiser, who is also a TV presenter, radio host, journalist, and a former Wall Street broker.